come back up here, but then go further up. What I'd probably do next time is go 75 south, 75 north further, get off and cut over. Like I was going to go to Williamsburg, Kentucky, and then cut east. Find a shady place to put this hose on. We may try to do that. Find a shady spot, put this hose on, and continue on our trip. Pilot, I wonder if air mechanics would work on this thing. Slap, you go down there and get that hose and slap this thing on. I'm gonna pull in Pilot and see what they say if they have a place for the truck to work on trucks. Doesn't look like they do. There's a TA over there too. We'll see. We've got 3/4 of a tank of gas, so we're not gonna get gas yet.
Right toward Comfort Lane, then make a U-turn. Make a U-turn, then turn left into Comfort Lane.
Call Napa in Jefferson, Georgia.
Calling Napa Auto Parts, R&T Auto Parts, Inc.
Okay, we've just gotten back on I-75 South. We've got to stay on for about 6 or 7 miles. My assistant says we are 15 minutes away from AutoZone that has that hose. So when we get that, we'll decide whether we're going to try to put it on the road or try to make it back. Napa and Jefferson says they have one too. That's where I got it before. If I put this one on here, and then I'll swap that one out with Napa, I still have an extra one. Shouldn't need an extra one. Things are $66, it'll be $75 for tax. But if I just get this one and head back, I can swap Napa's out in the morning and get my money back on this one. But if I put this one on here, I can continue my drive. It'll cost me more than $65 to get back to Arcade. And I wouldn't get to do the rest of my drive, the rest of my road trip. So I'll figure out what I'll do when I make sure that's the right hose. Go from there. Yeah, 75 South is a nice drive up here. All the greenery. A lot nicer than anything around Atlanta. Exit 134, we'll be getting off. There is a camping sign there. I'd like to find it someplace in a national park. I've got my generator. National park or national forest. To put it on and continue our trip. Get it on tonight and in the morning. At 3 o'clock, go ahead and find a campsite, pull in. Of course, we could do that anyway. If it worked, get it on tonight and in the morning. If it worked, we can go continue our trip. If it doesn't, we'll get up and head back. Not trying to push it in tonight. That may be a good plan. There's a, does that say Shoney's over there? No, maybe not, I don't know. Be a good place to eat it. Yeah, there's a Shoney's right in front of us. It'd be a place to eat. Friday afternoon, the 10th of June, 2022. 6:15. We have just finished installing, switching out a power steering hose here in the Lowe's parking lot. Brand new, with less than 2 months old Napa power steering hose. The little fitting on the top for some kind of switch started leaking. The hose put an O-ring on it, and then the hose connection, it may have already been leaking as well, I don't know, but anyway, it was leaking then, and I didn't know if I was going to make it back to Georgia or not, so I went ahead and got a hose and just put it on here in the Lowe's. That Napa hose is guaranteed for life, but they just replace the hose. It's $65, $66. They don't do anything about the 2 hours of labor. I've been laying here on the ground and crawling around this thing Don't do anything about that. You can't get anything worth a flip anymore. Parts, can't get the right parts half the time. The parts you do get aren't worth a flip. It wasn't leaking. We're going to check it before we get back on 75, but
I-75 South. Continue on I-75 South for 33 miles.
Friday, June the 10th, 2022. These last 2 weeks have been an ill-fated 2 weeks. I tell you what, all kind of crazy stuff has gone wrong with the van. Just worked over 2 hours getting the power steering hose on that I found up here. Brand new Napa that was replaced less than 2 months ago. Started spewing. Got it on now and it's not leaking, but the other power steering hose has got a little rub mark on it from original. I changed the configuration from factory on the hose I put on so that the connection would fit better down at the bottom. And I noticed a little rub spot where this top hose had been rubbing on the other hose. And drove up 75. I was going to go ahead and hit up north and checked it, and it's not what you would call leaking. It's not all the way through, but it is oozing, just like it's, you know, the pressure is pushing through the line. Not dripping or not dripping yet. So instead of hitting further north, because this hose has got a pinch clamp on it. I don't have the tools. I guess I could buy them, but I'm just going to head back to Georgia and try to get some more stuff done on this thing, and maybe head out again Monday or get my scraping burn. Try to get everything prepared, get my scraping burn Wednesday, and then head out Thursday or Friday. Well, I tell you, what a day today has been. And it started off great. I thought the power steering hose was stopped leaking, but it was still leaking a little bit. Then had a great 3 or 4 hours of video and walking at the mine 18 of the Blue Heron mine, coal mine. Saw a bald eagle flying down the river. Couldn't get the camera going in time to video him, but I saw him just the same. So it just had a very good, very pleasant morning. Rode the bicycle a little bit. No, that was last night, yeah. And then everything just disintegrated. I'm heading back 300 miles, 4 hours and some minutes, but I'm going to stop somewhere south and spend the night at a travel center and then get up in the morning because I'd like to get video going in. So, hope y'all's day's been better than mine. Or better than my second half, anyway. We probably won't be videoing much longer. I know there's a Love down here somewhere, and there's maybe a Buc-ee's down here. We'll see what's down here in a little bit. And we're just south of the Kentucky line, maybe 10 miles into Tennessee. I've got some Kentucky video, but not that much. Doggone it. We did get a Kentucky train. It was headed south, and it probably turned into a Tennessee train. Yeah, but we had to race it and catch it at a crossing before it got there. I want to come back up here and go further north. 300 miles, that's not that bad except for the gas. I just saw gas, regular gas at $4.99 a few minutes ago. I just filled up and paid what did I pay? $4.69 at the Pilot. Okay, we're coming down the mountain. We're gonna slow down a little bit. Like we had at the Loves the other night to wash all this bad away. Yeah, the van now has 285,423 on it. White Jeep's got 299.9 something. So driving around this week, it'll turn 300,000. The 95's got 398, I think, on it. Shoney's and eat. Yeah, 75 South ought to be a good video, so we'll keep videoing for a while. We'll have 75 North, 75 South. Overusing, I think, the Osmo. It started doing some overheating issues today. I've got to get some more storage too. I maxed out the new 2 terabyte Dell. I maxed it out twice. I've already had to get, transfer stuff off of it. I have gigs and gigs and gigs of digital media. I mean, hundreds of gigs. The other day I got 100 gigs with the GoPro. With the DJI, and I guess about 15 with the GoPro. Yeah, but 2 days straight I got over 100 gigs with the Osmo. Little Osmo, boy, I tell you what, that rascal has logged some hours these last 3, 4, almost 4 years now. I think I'm going to go ahead and look at a Osmo 2. I meant to check the miles. I filled up with gas back there. Well, it was 300 miles, I know, from to the shop, to Frank's house. We've got 258 left to go. Did we come that far? I don't know. We hadn't come 42 miles. Top Wine and Liquor, exit 129. I know we passed Rocky Top, but I didn't see a sign talking about anything. Well, good, yeah, maybe down here yet. Norris Dam State Park, I was going to stay there. I'm glad I went on up to South Fork Blue Heron though. I could spend some time there. They had some trails 7-8 miles and they weren't loop trails. So you're going to connect to another trail. You can put a canoe in, whatever, and go down the river. Or go down the river. So that was a coal mining town and very interesting. It's a hard life. This power steering hose is just barely oozing. I might, it'd be a good drive, wouldn't it? I might just take US 129 or 441 back to Athens. It may take me an extra day. It probably would. I gotta check that out because they both cross at Knoxville. We'll spend the night somewhere at a travel center around Knoxville. Then we'll decide. We're not going. This trip's not a total waste. We've got some good video if I ever get it uploaded.